Okay, let's go. Let me just get this going. How are we all doing? Right, what's it, Thursday today? Let's see if we can have a nice strong end to the week. We obviously took a nice win yesterday. Let's see, I just want to make sure this is working properly. Yeah, that looks fine. All right, so 5 minutes till the open. We've obviously just had PPI come out. Let me just move this so I can do a quick breakdown. We had PPI come out. It came out a little bit stronger than what we expected. Inflation is due to go up, so it's to be expected. Obviously, we're in the midst of a war. The Strait of Hormuz is closed, yada, yada, yada. Basically, higher prices and not good for the market. All right, well, it's good for us, but not necessarily good for the economy. So what I'm looking for today is simple. All I want to see whether price is going to react from this level. If it does and start moving down, I expect price to come down to here. If that's to be the case, I'm looking for an entry from one of these two levels down here. All right. Because we would have such a huge move to get down here, price would be overextended, and I'll be looking for a bounce from one of these two levels, whether that's Asia session low or a previous session low from a couple weeks ago, basically. The other option is price at the open opens up something like this, just above the level, and then we tap this level. If that's the case, I'll look for a long up to this zone. So that'd be the second thing I'm looking for. Third thing I'm looking for is for price, and we go into the 5 minute, for price to come up to the edge of the zone, react from it, and I'll be looking for a short from the edge of this zone, or somewhere in and around the edge of the zone, because that'd be a nice break and retest. And then the last thing that I'm looking for is this level here, which is London session highs. So if price comes up, disrespects this zone, and taps this level, I'll be looking for a short off this level, back down, providing that we get some strength and respect here. Now, if this opens up below here, below the level here, and we're not running through, then I'll be waiting for something down here, basically. So that's what I'm looking at going into today. Let me just go back to the 5 minute. The open is in a couple of minutes. So grab your coffee, get your teas. It's time to focus. I've got my coffee, you best have yours, mate. And it's time to go. Price stability. Every single time I hear interest rates coming out, every single time they say the same thing. Price stability. Price stability. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to tell you anything. All we're going to say is we work off a data by data process, and we need price stability, and everything is uncertain, so we don't know. So we're going to wait till the next one, and then we don't know still. This is all I ever hear when I hear either the Fed or European Central Bank. They literally just say the same stuff. I don't know. All right, we've got 1 minute to go. Got 1 minute to go. I wonder how the market is going to react today, because obviously we've got the SpaceX IPO tomorrow, which is going to be the biggest IPO in history. The market's probably going to be crazy. I don't even think many people even know what's really going on. The valuation for the IPO is ridiculous. It's like trillions and trillions of dollars. And even retail traders are allowed to purchased shares in the IPO, whereas they weren't before. So I have a sneaky feeling that a lot of retail traders tomorrow morning are going to become a huge amount of liquidity, basically. But let's see. Let's see. If price comes up like that, I'm not interested in looking for longs. Ideally, I'd like price to have closed above this area, but it hasn't. So let's see. All right, we're moving. We are moving. Okay, cool. I'm now no longer interested in this level. I think price is going to want to sell off down to here. So it's going to be a bit of a waiting game. Either price is just going to sell off down to these lower levels, or we're going to get a move back up to the zone in which we can look for a reaction. One sec, I just need to add this level. What is this level? This level is an Asian session low. And then we've got New York session low here. Yes, flying. This is flying. I said I think we're going to get a sell-off down to the lows. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it does, these lows are going to get swept, most likely. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, everything is pointing towards price going to this level, but I hope that price can make its way back up to this zone, to be honest. That would be nice. Do I think it's going to be slow today? Yeah, I do. But the market has only just opened. We're only 8 minutes in. So we trade from 9:30 to 11. So we've got an hour and a half. Let's see if we can catch something in that meantime. If we can't, then it's all good. All right, we took out that low. Oh, I keep fucking yawning. Excuse my French. Let's have a look at some other things while we wait. Silver seems to have leveled out now. I'm not saying it's the end, but we're definitely in a slowdown period. And the thing is, the thing that's surprised me a little bit is, even when the war started in Iran, I was expecting silver to make its way back up to those highs, but it hasn't. So I'm guessing this is kind of the new norm now for silver. Anywhere between 60 to 90 range. Gold, well, we're back at the lows again on gold. I mean, we're still in a huge bullish uptrend, so. But where do I think gold can... Where do I think it's a good place to buy? Gold and silver are a little bit tricky because the main bull run's already happened. And if the Iran war is not causing it to make an additional bull run, then it seems like this is going to stay here for some time before we get the new extension up. So I'm not really that interested. Bitcoin is mental. I've been looking at Bitcoin. I do like the idea of something around here, but I just think if I go onto the weekly, I just think Bitcoin will go to these lows or anywhere close to these lows. But the one thing I will say is every single time, if you have a look at that low, this low, if I go back onto the daily time frame, this is purely from a technical perspective, by the way. I'm not adding in any fundamentals yet, like liquidity coming back into the market. But if we have a look at here, notice how on the daily time frame we had bearish momentum, just completely breaks this previous low. Same here, completely breaks this previous low. We get fake respect here to trap retail buyers, completely displays through. And this has been the first time that price has come. We've had our flush, like we had a flush here, we had a flush here, but notice how here we're respecting these lows. So the question becomes, is this, now that we've had the flush and we're respecting the low, is this really where we're going to start making some moves back up? But even if we do, I'd like to see a bit more before I start going heavy in. And yes, I will be going heavy in. This is not financial advice, by the way. I do not give financial advice, but whenever I invest in Bitcoin, I normally go in heavy. Normally anywhere between sort of 10x to 20x leverage, give or take. But we shall see. Oil. I mean, I caught oil at 54 to 77. Funny enough, when I caught oil, I closed the position because my target was at 77. So I closed the position right, I think it was like day 2 of the war, stupidly. But my target was $77, and then I think a day or two after, it literally, I think it was, yeah, here, look, I closed on this candle. Can you believe it? Wait, hang on. I closed here. And then the next day we ramped up to $90 and then we ramped up to 120. 2 days later I would have caught all-time, well, not all-time highs, but I would have caught the high of the move. Wild. But anyway, still caught it. So you don't need to catch the whole move. Normally you just need to catch a slice of it. I did have a position on Oracle. What is that gap? That's huge. I did try and catch Oracle at $190, but it was playing around for far too long, so I just cut my losses, to be honest with you. But I still believe in it. I still think this is quite a nice play, to be honest. I mean, we've recovered quite a lot. But I do believe Oracle within the next 5 years. I mean, Oracle is one of the most not sustainable, but one of the most secure companies on earth. Like, they are so embedded in so many different aspects of business. It makes it very difficult for a company like them to go down. So when you're looking at it and you're seeing that they're half their value, I mean, to be honest, this isn't even a bad area for longs, but it would have to be a long term play. Anyway, what's going on with the markets? It's slow, isn't it? Okay, we're going to get some moves. We've taken out these lows. I wonder whether this is this a liquidity grab for us to start moving lower, or is this going to be the start of the move back to the zone? I wonder. Bro, Trump is wild. We hit him hard yesterday, we're going to hit him hard again today. What is this guy on, man? He's literally saying 2 days ago how he's going to have some sort of peace deal with them, and now he's like, I'm going to hit him hard. This guy don't care, bro. Alright, we're making some moves. Momentum's kicking in. Alright, let's get some moves now. Come on, let's get some moves up now, please. Alright, we're just chopping around at the moment. There's no trade. There's no need to force anything. Just let the market play out. There we go. Come on, let's get some moves. Alright, this is looking nice at the moment. If we get a nice reaction from this zone, I'm going to look for some shorts. Alright, we do have some momentum coming into this zone now, so anything from this midpoint to the edge, I'm kind of interested, but I'm looking at the momentum and I want to see this momentum just slow down a little bit because we have had a bit of a move from this low to this high, so I don't just want to be going against the momentum. I want to be able to see some strength at the zone, see a bit of a slowdown. Okay, we're at the zone. Let's see what happens. Okay, we've touched the midpoint. Alright, it looks like we're disrespecting the midpoint at the moment. All right, we're about, the 5-minute candle is about to close.
Inflation tailwind there on the consumer, but I do think we are continuing to be very cautious on the inflation narrative, and I think that is going to hamstring the Fed. But don't forget, our Fed is a dual mandate.
All right, we've had the close.
And with AI and people talking about AI being a jobs replacement technology, I think that they're also
That hasn't shown up in the jobs market. Look at the last non-farm payrolls. It was a blockbuster.
exactly, because the fact is that what's happening is that people who are seeing parts of their jobs replaced by AI are actually repurposing themselves and actually making themselves even more valuable using AI to help senior executives. That's what we just saw with a whole lot of our administrative assistants. That some of the work that they're doing, which was no joy work as I call it, they're taking that time and actually making themselves more productive. And I think that that's the surprise that we've seen on the jobs narrative. Order filled.
All right, I'm in shorts.
Katrina W. Senior investment strategist over at Franklin Templeton. Coming up the next hour, Marathon's Bruce Richards on SpaceX and opportunity in credit markets. Plus, we'll talk data center, real estate.
All right, I'm in shorts.
CEO Mark Ganzi
All I'm looking for is around about 10 points.
heavily into data center, real estate, and
Why is this not working?
in the country. In terms of what's going on in the markets right now, just about a half hour into the session.
Yeah, I'm looking for around about 10 points.
The S&P 500, 7325 right
If I can get 10 points,
960 up
I'll be pretty happy.
as we await the SpaceX IPO pricing. This
Which will be roughly around about 2.5%. Right, I'm up around about 3.5 points at the moment, 4 points. Five points.
Order filled.
All right, I'm out of that. Beautiful reaction. Look at that, bro. That reaction, man, that was exactly what I was looking for. I was patient. I didn't want to rush into anything. I just wanted to see whether we would get just a small reaction, and we got it. I managed to catch around about 7 points there, so happy days. In fact, I think it would have gone right the way through to, yeah, 10 points would have got hit. Beautiful. And now look at it. Woo! That's selling off, bro. That's selling off. Oh my God. Bro, what? Unreal. Unreal. Perfect. That's 2 for 2 this week so far. Unreal. All right, so just to do a quick breakdown of what I was looking for. So coming into the day, bro, that 15-minute rejection candle was sexy. Coming into the day, I was looking for, we had a very, very clean break of this zone. And initially I said to myself, okay, well, if we start respecting this level here on the 1 minute or the 5 minute time frame, and we start respecting it and start moving down, then I'll be looking for a bounce off of anywhere from one of these two levels. We didn't get that. Instead, we just hovered around. We took out this low. So I said, okay, well, if we come back up to this zone, I'll be looking for a pretty small reaction from the zone, but nevertheless a reaction itself. And then I noticed that we started getting some momentum coming back up. So notice here, we got big buying candles. So I didn't want to enter immediately off the midpoint. So I waited for the edge of the zone to get tapped. As soon as the edge of the zone got tapped, that's when I was looking for around about 10 points. I ended up catching around about 7, 8 points just because I came out a little bit early. But we got it. And now, not only have we hit 10 points, but we're now running. So beautiful, beautiful reaction. And we'll probably see price start to get back down to here, I think. We may even see price come all the way back down to these lows, you know. It looks like it could do. Yeah. But I don't really care about that. I'm not looking to catch the entire move. I just want to catch a portion of the move. If I can get a portion of it, I'm happy. Because a portion is all I need to stay consistent. So that's it. Me done for the day. I'm going to go and chill out now. Go and relax for the rest of the day. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you on tomorrow's live session, 9:30 sharp. Until then, happy trading, motherfuckers.